Ever since the Game of Thrones ended, we didn't think we'd ever see the Targaryens and their infamous dragons again. However, the good news is that they are coming back, this time with all their might. A prequel is on its way, even though it's based on George R.R. Martin's books Fire and Blood. The series will see changes that might disappoint the book fans. In this video, we'll tell you about every House of the Dragon change from the book so far. Firstly, don't expect the series to be like the book. The series hasn't even begun yet, and it's confirmed that the show will make several changes, and not everything will look as the book readers imagine. The prequel's plot will take place about 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones. This new series will depict the circumstances surrounding the famous House Targaryen's monumental civil war. Martin's book is also majorly a historical account of the House Targaryen's family line and reign of Westeros. The thing is that Fire and Blood is more of an informational book when compared to the narrative drive of Game of Thrones. This means it's harder to guess the plot of the series based on this novel, and we can't be sure whether we can trust the sources or not. But then again, by changes, we don't mean that the series will have dramatic changes like Game of Thrones. This is because Fire and Blood doesn't have such a concrete history in it. However, we'll have to see which side of the rumor this series chooses, because this particular aspect will be very important. The trailer and the announcements made by HBO, all of them are indicating toward numerous adjustments. Let's see what all the fuss is about. Okay, so the first thing is that Rhaenys looks more like Targaryen in the series than in the book. As you know, Rhaenys Targaryen's character is one of the most important ones. She's even often referred to as the Queen Who Never Was. She's the daughter of the King Jaehaerys I, making her the first in the line of succession. However, she was passed over as the heir because she was a woman. So, her sex became the reason why the throne was then passed to her father's eldest grandson, named Viserys Targaryen. Now, the situation of Rhaenys not becoming the queen is an important factor for her cousin, Rhaenyra Targaryen, and her claim to the Iron Throne. The thing is that in the series, her character is a bit different. These changes may have been some of the main factors why she was passed over as the heir. First of all, in the book, Rhaenys is shown as someone with black hair that she inherited from her mother, Jocelyn Baratheon. However, in the series, she's known to have silver hair. The reason for this change could be that the series wants to put up an argument about why she should have been the heir. Not just that, all the series' promotional material refers to her as Rhaenys Velaryon. That you already know was never her name. The argument that some fans give about this change in the name is that it might be just a symbolic name, a word that shows how the council sees her and her loyalty towards the Velaryons, the oldest and closest allies of Targaryens. Not just that, King Viserys might be a little more tragic. Apparently, the Fire and Blood readers weren't delighted with King Viserys' character in the book. We don't know whether to call this good news, but George R.R. Martin revealed that this character would be an improvement of his own in the series. The author unveiled that King Viserys in House of the Dragons will have a major tragic mystery, which the same character in the book never got. This will not only keep the audience involved, but will also add some spice to the King's storyline. Not just that, but this change will also impact his death and the circumstances surrounding his demise. Just so you know, his death is what really triggered the Dance of the Dragons. This means that the character that wasn't as important as others will now enjoy the same importance, because a significant part of the plot is now relying on his story. Honestly, we'd have loved something similar in the book too, but again, we're thankful for some changes made in the new series. Furthermore, Velaryons aren't pale. While reading the book, we couldn't really think that the Velaryons would be pale, just like Targaryens. Well, that was because these two houses' physical appearance was very similar. You know, those sexy silver hair and way too pale complexions. However, House of the Dragon made some creative changes to House Velaryon's physical appearance, and honestly, we love every bit of it. In the series, we'll see dark-skinned Velaryons, but we're thankful that they still have the silver hair. How amazing is that, right? A unique combination that none of us had thought about. For those wondering, this wouldn't really affect their skills as dragon riders, because the Valyrian blood is still present in them. However, it may indicate a significant plot twist regarding the Iron Throne heir, Rhaenyra Targaryen, and Lenore Velaryon. Book readers might already know that the three sons of these two are rumored to have been fathered by Harwin Strong. In the book, there was another rumor about Rhaenyra's husband Laenor, which said that he was gay. Not just that, their sons didn't look anything like the two, so it kinda confirmed that they were Harwin's sons. The series didn't change this rumor though, as their sons are shown pale and have black hair. It's for sure that their father is strong, and they're not entirely Valyrians. Next up is the change in Vaemon and Corley's relationship. This one's quite a significant change. Who knew the series could actually alter the familial relationships of the characters? In the book, Fire and Blood, Vaemon is Corley's nephew, but in House of the Dragon, he's shown as his younger brother. In the series, after Laena and Laenor's death, the heirs to the Driftmark will be Laenor's sons. However, Vaemon as Corley's brother will also become very important because he also vies to be the successor to Driftmark. After all, he's the only legitimate male heir present, and will have to bear with a much smaller Iron Throne. Game of Thrones had made quite a few changes to the details, and the one thing that almost everyone criticized was the portrayal of the Iron Throne. The book depicts the throne as a massive, 40 feet tall, chaotic structure with a lot of swords fixed on. But the throne we saw in Game of Thrones was much smaller in size and didn't look chaotic at all. Some may disagree, but it is what it is. For real, the image of the Iron Throne is one of the most iconic things in TV history, but it's still not cool enough for book fans. But now that prequel will also have to show the Iron Throne. We were really hoping for it to be exactly the way it was described in the book, but once again, we'll have to bear with the smaller throne. The good thing about it is that this new throne is quite faithful to the book description. The throne in the House of the Dragon will have many more melted swords. But where did all of them go when the GOT timeline started? Well, a fan suggested that it might be a sign that future kings removed several swords during their timeline. Lastly, Sir Harold Westerling is present in the series, but his story is a bit different. This one's also a major difference between the book and the series. Sir Harold's lifespan isn't the same as the book and the upcoming show. In Fire and Blood, he died in 112 AC due to old age, which was the very early time in King Viserys' reign. He wasn't a significant character in the book, but we think this will change in House of the Dragon. In the upcoming series, if the plot were kept the same as in the book, Harold would have died 2 years before Rhaenyra Targaryen married Laenor Valyrian. But that's not it. In the trailer, we can clearly see him in events that take place after Rhaenyra has grown up and the adult actors take over the screen. This means that he's still alive at that time. So does that mean Harold will have an extended role in the whole story? Looks like it. As far as we know, after his death, he's then succeeded as Lord Commander of the Kingsguard by Criston Cole. These differences in lifespan will also affect the storyline, because now we're somewhat sure that Harold will also have some impact on the Dance of the Dragons. If that's so, we're really looking forward to it. Some of these changes may not look like major ones, but the truth is that when a story is adapted from book to screen, even the minor changes can cause whole new scenarios to be created. With all these differences, we're really looking forward to watching The House of the Dragon on the 21st of August 2022. Let us know what you think about the upcoming series in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with more amazing videos soon. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and wait for the Targaryens and their dragons. Goodbye.